Hey, my friends! Welcome back to this English learning podcast. I'm so happy that you are here again. This is a place where we learn English in a very easy and enjoyable way, and we also learn about life, confidence, and communication. I'm your friend and your English guide. Today we will talk about something very simple but very important: how to have better conversations and feel more confident when you speak English. I know many of you feel shy or nervous when you talk to people in English. Maybe you think too much before speaking. Maybe you finish the conversation and later think, "Oh, I should have said that." Or, "Why did I say that?" I know that feeling very well because I also felt the same before. Sometimes my brain just stopped working when I needed to say something smart or simple. You see, speaking well is not about being perfect. It is about being present and prepared. It is about learning how to feel calm and natural when you talk. So today, I want to share with you some very easy and practical ways to make conversations smooth, easy, and fun. These tips will help you talk to your friends, to new people, or even to strangers, and you will feel much more confident. First, I want to tell you something personal. A long time ago, I used to feel nervous every time I talked to people who were more successful or more confident than me. I used to think, do I belong here? Am I good enough to talk to them? That feeling made me quiet and scared. But then I learned something very important. I told myself no one is better than me, and I'm not better than anyone else. We are all just people. When I started to think like that, I felt free. Talking to others became easy. So, if you are learning English, please remember this. Native speakers are not above you. Don't think that speaking English is a test. You are not performing. You are connecting. Even native speakers make mistakes when they talk. You belong in the conversation just like everyone else. After I changed this mindset, another problem came. I didn't know what to say. Sometimes people would ask me, "How's your week?" And my mind would go blank. I would just say, "Good," and then feel awkward. Later, I realized something funny. I never prepared for small talk. So now, before I go out or meet people, I think quickly. What happened this week? Did I do something fun? Did I watch something interesting? I keep 2 or 3 simple things in my mind. When someone asks me, "What's new?" I can answer easily. Sometimes I even write a few things in a small notebook. Just simple notes like, "I cooked something new," or "I watched a movie." This small habit helps me remember what to talk about later. If you are learning English, this is a great trick. Think about your day, your work, your hobbies, or something nice you saw. Practice talking about it in English. That way, when someone asks you a question, you will not panic. But even if you did not prepare, don't worry. You can still start a good conversation. You can just notice what is happening around you. For example, one day I was waiting in a long line and I said to the person next to me, "Wow, the line is so long today." That simple sentence started a friendly chat. So remember this. You don't always need a deep topic. Just look around and say something about what you both see. Maybe you're in a cafe. You can say, "This coffee smells so good," or "Do you come here often?" It's a simple way to start talking. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be friendly. And the best part is, this works anywhere. In class, at work, at the gym, or even on a bus. If you can notice small things and say something nice, you can start a connection. And you don't need big or difficult words. Simple English is enough. The goal is not to impress people, it is to connect with them. Many people forget this truth. Talking is a skill. Just like playing music or learning to swim, the more you do it, the better you become. When I was younger, I used to avoid small talks because I felt uncomfortable. But when I started saying small things like hello or how's your day, I slowly became better. It's just like exercise. If you practice a little every day, you become stronger. So my advice is, don't wait for a big chance to practice English. Start with small moments. Ask someone the time. Order food in English. Say thank you. Smile. Every small talk helps you grow. Every mistake helps you learn. And please remember, mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are your teachers. They help you improve. So don't worry about them. Just keep trying. Now let's talk about something very powerful, listening. Good conversation is not only about speaking more, it is about listening more. When you really listen to someone, they feel respected and comfortable. It makes the conversation natural. Sometimes, I just repeat what the person said. For example, if someone says, I went hiking last weekend, I reply, oh really? You went hiking? It shows that I am interested and it keeps the conversation going. And when you listen carefully, you don't need to worry about what to say next. The ideas will come naturally. You can also use easy replies like, that's nice, or wow, tell me more. These small phrases make people happy and help you stay in the conversation. You see, people don't want you to be perfect. They just want to feel heard. If you listen with your heart, people will love to talk with you again. When you talk to strangers, it feels exciting because you get a new chance to connect. But when you talk to acquaintances, people you have met before but don't know well, it can feel a little strange. You may not remember their names or what you talked about last time. I used to worry about that too, but now I just keep it simple. I ask something easy like, hey, how's your work going? Or, did you finish that project? It helps break the silence and start the talk again. Talking to friends is even easier because you already know each other. You can just relax and be yourself. You can laugh, share your thoughts, and speak naturally. If you are learning English, remember to practice with all types of people, strangers, acquaintances, and friends. Every type of conversation helps you grow. Each small talk makes you more confident. When you keep talking with people again and again, something special happens. You start to build a connection. I like to think about it like snow. Yes, snow. Every conversation is like a small snowflake. When you keep talking again and again, the snowflakes come together and make a snowball. In the beginning, your snowball is small, but as you keep talking, it becomes bigger. And soon, that small snowball turns into a strong friendship. But if you stop talking for a long time, that snowball starts to melt. It becomes smaller and smaller until it disappears. So remember to stay in touch with people. You don't always need a long chat. Just a small message like, hey, how are you doing? Or, I was thinking of you is enough. It shows that you care. It keeps your snowball alive. And for you, my English learners, Every conversation is not only about people, it is also about practice. Every time you talk, you learn new words, new ways of saying things, and new expressions. You don't need perfect English. You just need to keep going. Step by step, word by word, your English will grow naturally. Now let's talk about something that happens to all of us. Sometimes a conversation doesn't go well. Maybe it feels boring, or maybe the other person is not interested. You can feel that the talk is dying slowly. Don't worry. It happens to everyone. You don't need to feel bad or stuck. You can leave the conversation politely and kindly. When I want to finish a talk, I just smile and say something like, "It was great talking with you. I'll go get a drink." Or I say, "I need to step away for a bit. Talk to you later." These small lines are simple but polite. They help you leave the conversation without feeling rude or awkward. If you are learning English, I suggest you remember 2 or 3 exit lines. Practice them so you can use them anytime. For example, you can say, "It was nice talking with you. I have to go now, but I really enjoyed our chat. I'll see you around." These easy lines make you sound friendly and confident. Now let's go through a few tips that will help you in every kind of conversation. These are my favorite ones because they really work. First, be present. When you talk, focus on the person in front of you. Don't worry about saying everything perfectly. Don't think too much about grammar or mistakes. Just relax and listen. When you are fully present, people feel it. They feel that you are really there with them. That's what makes a conversation warm and natural. Second, repeat or paraphrase what people say. This shows that you are listening. For example, if someone says, "I started a new job last week," you can reply, "Oh, really? You started a new job? How's it going?" This small technique keeps the conversation alive. It shows interest and makes the person feel heard. Third, always have a few topics ready. I always keep 3 easy topics in my head: food, music, and travel. These 3 topics are magic because everyone can talk about them. If you don't know what to say, ask someone about their favorite food. Everyone loves to talk about food. You can say, "What's your favorite dish?" Or, "Do you like cooking?" And if they ask you back, share your favorite food. If the topic is music, you can ask, "What kind of music do you like?" Or, "Have you been to a concert recently?" And for travel, you can say, "Do you like to travel?" Or, "Where would you like to go someday?" These simple questions can open the door for long and interesting conversations. And remember, your goal is not to impress people with big English words. Your goal is to connect, to understand, and to make people feel comfortable. Also, don't forget the people you already know, your acquaintances. These are people who are not your close friends, but you still see them sometimes. Maybe a classmate, a neighbor, or someone you meet at work. These people are important too. They make your social circle bigger. They can help you in many ways, sometimes even bring new opportunities or friendships. So try to talk to them whenever you can. Even a small, "How have you been?" can make a big difference. Now let's talk about how to make your English better while you have these conversations. The secret is simple. Use new words that you learn. Maybe today you learned 5 new words from a movie or podcast. Try to use at least 1 or 2 of them when you talk. You don't need to use difficult grammar or long sentences. Just use your new words in simple ways. That is how you make them a part of your speaking. Here's another tip. Listen more. When you listen carefully, your brain starts to understand how sentences work, how people use words, and how tone changes the meaning. Listening gives you power to speak better. So listen to English as much as possible. Podcasts, songs, or real people. Even if you don't understand every word, keep listening. With time, your ear will become strong. And don't be shy to ask questions. If someone says a word you don't understand, it's okay to ask. What does that mean? Most people will be happy to explain. Asking questions shows that you are curious and want to learn. It makes people respect you even more. Another important thing is to practice kindness while you talk. Say things that make people feel good. A kind smile or a nice word can make someone's day better. You can say, "I like your energy," or "You have a nice smile." When you spread good energy, people enjoy talking with you. Sometimes, when people are talking to you, don't interrupt them. Let them finish their thought. When you wait and listen, they feel respected. And when it's your turn, speak slowly and clearly. Don't rush. Remember, communication is not a race. It's a dance. Also, be careful about body language. When you talk, keep your body open. Look at the person. Nod your head when they talk. These small actions show that you are interested. They also make your English look more confident. Now let's talk about one more powerful truth. Learning English is not only about language, it's also about confidence. Many people know English words, but they are afraid to speak. The problem is not their English, it's their fear. You must learn to trust yourself. Even if you make mistakes, you are still learning. Even if people don't understand you the first time, it's okay. Smile and try again. That's how you grow. You see, life is full of chances to practice English. In shops, on the phone, in taxis, online, everywhere. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Every small chance is a gift. The more you speak, the more natural you become. And if sometimes people don't understand you, don't feel bad. It's normal. Even people who speak the same language sometimes don't understand each other. Just repeat slowly or say it in another way. It's not a failure. It's learning. So, my friends, I want you to remember this. Learning English and becoming a good communicator is not about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about trying every day, learning a little every day, and smiling even when it's hard. Every small talk you do, every hello you say, every time you listen carefully, all of that makes you better. And one day you will notice something magical. You will speak easily, without thinking too much. You will feel calm, free, and happy when you talk. That is the power of practice and patience. Now, my friends, before we finish, I want to talk about something very important that many people forget. Communication is not only with words, it is also with feelings. When you talk to someone, your voice, your face, and your eyes also speak. People can feel your mood, your kindness, and your interest. So when you speak English, try to speak with your heart. Speak with kindness and confidence. Don't just say the words, feel them. For example, when you say, "Nice to meet you," don't say it like a robot. Smile and mean it. When you say thank you, say it with real feeling. Small things like this make your English more powerful and beautiful. People remember how you make them feel more than the words you say. You know, many learners tell me, "I understand English, but I can't speak it easily." And I always tell them, "You don't have a speaking problem. You have a confidence problem." The truth is, your mouth knows the words, but your mind stops you. You think too much about being perfect. You worry about grammar or mistakes. But remember, nobody cares about your small mistakes. People just want to connect. So stop trying to sound perfect. Just be natural and be yourself. When you start speaking more, something amazing happens. Your brain starts to relax. You stop translating from your native language. The words come naturally. You start to think in English. That is a beautiful moment, and it will come for you too if you keep going. And don't be afraid of silence. Sometimes, during a conversation, there is a short pause. You might think, "Oh no, it's awkward," but it's not. Silence is part of communication. You can use that moment to think, smile, or take a breath. Don't rush to fill every second with words. Let the talk breathe. Another thing that helps me is using my curiosity. When you are curious about people, conversations become easy. Everyone has a story. Everyone has something interesting to share. Ask questions that make people open up. You can say, "What made you choose that job?" Or, "What do you love about your city?" These kinds of questions help people talk about things they care about, and that makes your conversation deeper. Now let's talk about the word connection. To connect means to build a bridge between two hearts and two minds. You don't need to be rich, famous, or perfect to connect. You just need to be real. You need to listen, understand, and respond kindly. Every time you connect with someone, your world becomes bigger. You learn new ideas, new feelings, and new words. That's how you grow as a person and as an English speaker. Sometimes we meet people who don't want to talk much. Maybe they're tired, shy, or busy. That's okay too. Don't take it personally. Not every conversation needs to be long or deep. Just smile and move on. The next one might be wonderful. Life gives us many chances. We just have to keep trying. I also want to remind you that you can learn from your mistakes. I remember one time I said something wrong in English, and the other person laughed. I felt so embarrassed. But later I laughed too, because I learned something that day. After that, I never made that same mistake again. So, mistakes are not the end of your learning. They are the beginning. When you make a mistake, don't say, "Oh, I'm bad at English." Say, "Great, I just learned something new." That small change in your thinking makes a big difference. It turns fear into power. It turns worry into growth. Another tip I want to give you is practice speaking even when you are alone. You don't always need another person. You can talk to yourself. Yes, really. You can talk in front of a mirror. Describe what you see or talk about your day. Say things like, "Today I woke up early." "I made breakfast. Then I went for a walk." This simple exercise helps your mouth and brain work together. You can also record your voice. When you listen to yourself, you will notice how you sound, which words you forget, and what you can improve. This is one of the fastest ways to get better. And don't forget about reading and listening. Read small English stories. Listen to short podcasts or videos. Choose things that you enjoy. The more you listen, the more you learn how English really sounds in real life. Then, when you speak, your English becomes smoother and more natural. Another powerful idea is to learn small phrases, not only single words. For example, instead of just learning the word beautiful, learn a full phrase like, "That's so beautiful," or "What a beautiful day." This helps you sound more natural because native speakers use phrases, not just single words. And my dear friends, one of the best ways to grow your English and your confidence is to keep a daily English journal. Write about your day in simple English. Don't worry about grammar. Just write. You can say things like, "Today I talked to my friend. I felt happy. I learned a new word." When you write, you remember. When you remember, you improve. Now, before we end this episode, I want to remind you of something very powerful. Life is about connection. Every time you open your mouth to speak English, you are not only learning a language, you are building a bridge to the world. English gives you the power to meet new people, learn new ideas, and understand new cultures. It gives you freedom. It helps you express your heart. So never stop learning. Never stop speaking. Never stop believing in yourself. Even on the days when you feel slow, tired, or shy, keep going. Because progress is not always fast, but it is always happening. Every word you say, every mistake you make, every lesson you learn, it's all part of your journey. And one day when you look back, you will be proud. You will realize that all those small talks, all those little hellos, all those brave moments, they changed your life completely. You will not only speak English confidently, but you will also live more confidently. Remember, my friends, it's not about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about showing up, speaking up, and never giving up. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep talking, because your voice matters. The world needs to hear it. Thank you for joining me in today's episode. I hope this talk helped you feel more confident and inspired to speak English. Practice what we discussed. Try to talk more this week, with friends, with new people, or even with yourself. You'll see how much progress you can make in just a few days. And before I go, here's a small challenge for you. Start one new conversation this week. It can be with anyone. Just smile and say something simple like, "Hi, how are you?" Or, "How's your day going?" That's all you need to begin. You never know. That small hello might start a beautiful friendship. So until next time, my friends, keep learning English with love, keep speaking without fear, and keep believing that you can do it, because you truly can. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, stay positive, and keep talking.